Hi, welcome back to Guessagaingaming, to a rainy, sunny London. There you can see the rain, in the background is the sun. That's very typical weather for London any time of the year. And we are in the very edge of the City of London, which is the square mile, the financial capital of London, which is kind of just on the eastern side of central London. Anyway, today's video is some PlayStation news which I've seen picked up online on various channels and sites, which is that PlayStation are apparently going around cancelling a whole heap of live service games that they've had in development. Basically, and this part's not surprising, it's because of Concord, because that bombed so badly, and you can see that there's been so many really badly received live service games. Suicide Squad, we can go through a list of them, but so the fact they're cancelling them is not exactly a shocking surprise. It's kind of a surprise that it took this long for them to kind of understand that people just don't want endless live service games, and people want single player experiences and things you don't have to sign up for and play online, etc. And there's a limited amount of people that want to play online live service games, and there's a limited amount of time people have, which is something I've mentioned before different times. Anyway, so they're going around to their different affiliates and telling them that any live service project, or most of them, are shelved or cancelled. The problem with this is, it's a bit like Arcane making Redfall. It's when you tell a studio to make something that they don't want to make, or that they've been told to make, it's not very fair, and it's probably equally unfair to make them make it, like with Redfall and Arcane, and we saw what happened there, or to tell them to make a live service and then tell them, no, we've changed our minds now, don't bother. Because if you think how much time goes into developing a game, even really bad games, they still take a lot of time developing the wokeness, or how rubbish it's going to be, I guess. That's a lot of time wasted. So it's really sad, because there's so many games that are probably not being developed because these various affiliate studios of PlayStation were wasting time doing live service games that are now cancelled. So that's number one. There's loads of time they've wasted on these live service projects that are never going to see the light of day now. Or, and probably equally worse, is that there's going to be games that weren't meant to be live service. We've seen so many games that they've tried to either make live service, or games that obviously were going to be live service and they've kind of changed the thing. I think Dragon Age Valguard is one. So there's games that would have probably been well received as single player games that they've told studios to go and make as a live service, and now they're going to say, well, let's just cancel that altogether. And because they're going to cancel that, either those games are going to be lost forever and they'll probably never make the game at all again, and that whole franchise is gone, or B, they'll do a botch job like they did with Dragon Age Valguard or other games, where they'll try and alter it again to make it back into a single player game, and it will show in the content and the way the game plays out, because it will be different to how a normal single player game would be. So it's kind of a mixed bag of news, really. It's kind of good news that they've kind of started cancelling live service games. That's good for gamers, it's good for everybody, I think. It's good for PlayStation, because, you know, we don't want money being wasted on games that nobody wants, and I don't think anyone really benefited from the whole Concord fiasco at all. But it's bad because there's going to be studios that are derailed, studios that haven't got any work, studios that have wasted time making live service games, or studios that have tried to make a game that shouldn't be a live service game into a live service game, and they're now going to be told, no, don't do that. So it's a mixed bag. I think we're going, with all the things that have happened recently, with games being called out for being woke and bad, and everything about ugly characters, etc., etc. I think we're going down a turning point now, where they're beginning to get the point in the world in general. The anti-DEI woke thing is turning a lot, but there's going to be a lot more fallout before it gets better. And as I said before, there's going to be games that are already in development that suddenly realise that woke is not going to sell, so they're stuck. And there's going to be this thing where there's been live service games, which isn't necessarily woke, can be, but it isn't necessarily, that are going to also, because that's another thing that's kind of fallen apart, the live service game thing, along with the woke content in games, and it's going to take a while they sift through the live service games that are intended to be developed and aren't going to be, or the live service games that are being developed and they want to change them into single player. So I think it's a watershed for the next maybe year at least. It's not going to happen quickly, but anyway, that's the gaming news today. So kind of wokey but more live servicey related. Anyway, thanks for watching Guessagaingaming, and it's now raining a lot and it's got dark, so I think I'll run inside. Till next time, take care for now.